Very good afternoon, good morning to Ed in Brazil, and good evening to all those that might be watching. This is the DATV Worldwide Net, hosted by ZS6YI. Every Sunday this time. We might move the time when the clocks change in the UK and move it up an hour, and I think that will suit more people, but we'll discuss that still next week. We also want to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to have our satellite with theirs. We also wish to thank AMSAT DL, AMSAT UK, and of course the British Amateur Television Club for all their stern work and fantastic wikis and information that's available on their web pages, and that has helped us, of course, come up on DATV. We also want to thank all the wonderful software developers, Fox 5 OEO, Fox Echo 1 EJP, and ZS1 SCI, and of course ZR6 Tango Papa, Tango Golf rather, old man Tom, and many, many more. Of course, with the British Amateur Television Club, there's many really first-class people that do a lot of development, so our heartfelt gratitude to them. I was just watching the launch of this new spaceship that Elon Musk sent up. It was about, about half an hour ago. It was unbelievable. It's nice when a plane comes together, but what a fantastic feat. Something to behold. And it was one of those smaller rockets that put this very satellite that we're busy with now in space. So we are grateful to SpaceX as well. Right, let's just have a look on the list to see who's on frequency. Not many people, I can tell you. It's ZS1 Mike Leon. He's done a lot of work, but I won't steal his thunder, but I'm really looking forward to his development on his 40-meter receiver. That should have been a slash, sorry. And then Martin, G8KOE. I'm sure he's going to tell us more about Starlink or All-Star. Incidentally, Martin, I just need to get the little Yang Feng, or what do you call it, this little Chinese thing sorted, and then I can come on the air. And hello to Ed in Brazil. Not a big net today, but in a way it suits me because I need to get back to the factory. I've got a problem with the mold. Right, so Leon, are you ready to start your engines, my dear friend? ZS1 Mexico to take it, please, from ZS6 Yankee India.
Oh, where am I? Oh, there. Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everybody on the net from ZS1 Mike. Yeah, hello to you there as well, Gary. Yeah, very, very short list today. Good, that suits me for now, because today I've still got to pack all my stuff. I was working on this cricket receiver up to half an hour ago. I put the last component, the dual gate FET, I soldered in, and then I had to do all the wiring and stuff. But yes, it's working fine. I can show you a picture. There it is. That is the complete receiver with audio amp, everything. Obviously the synthesizer is external because I use the same synthesizer for the transmit board as well. But that's the top of the board. 40673, then the NE602, and then the LM386, and another little ordinary transistor to do some AGC work for us there. It's got a RF gain control and a volume control and a frequency control, and that's it. Very basic. The back of the thing looks like this. There's the back of the thing, and you see that little wire that was planned. I didn't forget anything. when I was drawing the thing, I thought, I don't want to make a double-sided board. I like making single-sided boards. I said, I'll put a jumper wire in there just to get from that point to the other point, because I was so nested in that, yeah. Anyway, so the Cricut is working fine. I did some tests with guys just now, just before I came onto the net, on 40 meters, and I compared it to my TS440, and it's just as good as the TS440, except that I prefer the audio of this because there's no narrow filters. So the audio's got a lot of tops as well, because of the no restriction on the bandwidth. Okay, so that is it from me. Next step will be to make a board for the transmitter, and then design some little amplifiers for the transmitter to get up to at least 1 watt. And then the synthesizer I want to put on smaller components. This is just the development synthesizer, but I can shrink that a lot as well, by using other Arduino thingies which are much smaller. So that is it from Worcester for now. Martin, over to you. G8KOE for the group from ZS1 Mike in Worcester.
Good, I think we made it. Are we running? Are we running? Got sound? Yep, I'll turn the sound down so I don't listen to myself and get confused even more. That looks brilliant on the Cricut receiver there. I do like the printed circuit board. It reminds me of when I used to do a board with a Dalo pen and just draw the bits and edge it up and such like. Not quite as neat as that one though. It was just rounded corners, not... but that's good, absolutely. I don't think I'm quite into that sort of construction anymore. The old eyes, etc., aren't as good, but brilliant. It's you're having a lot of fun there, which is the main thing as well. And yeah, interesting project. What have I been up to? Playing with All Star. Playing with I tidied up the radialist node, which seemed like a good idea, is sort of, but it's very simple, with a microphone on it and then nothing else as a speaker in the top. I used to have the node sitting alongside here, but I had all sorts of problems, so the two seem to be interacting, and I misled myself totally. You know, I think basically it's this lead that is not very good because it's still humming at the moment. There's hum there. There's not sort of a buzz that was getting in. So that needs to go. I think it's one of these cheap microphones that used to run the handheld. I had to make a hole in it to get enough audio into the electric that was sitting in the back. I need to change that side of thing. It's not working well, but it's working, which is the main thing. The other node I've moved. I'll probably make sure it's now sitting. Oh, no, you can't see it, but it's the black thing there next to the fan, or beneath the fan, and there's an air on the other side of the hearth there, called a wave that I've stuck on it. Because I also found that I get an interaction between the node, odd little buzzes that comes and goes when you're using it on a handheld in the shack things. So
ready when you are, Martin.
Chasing that one, and yeah, Nigel just called in just to say that he's watching on All Star, which is good. So basically that, and so the more I play and the more I fiddle around with, certain receivers seem to be more sort of saying sort of pick up the hum worse than others and such like. So we're chasing sort of round in ever decreasing circles. I need to get a standard and work to it. Did have a chat to Benno, who's waiting for his node to, I think, clear customs or whatever they got over there. So he will be busy building one up very shortly. I think he's going to build a radialess one as well once he gets CM108 sound fob. I've also been in contact with Rob VK3IE, which most days tend to have an email or whatever, and he's been busy with let's go to the centre screen. He's been busy with his tuner, which was he was having some problems with. But since talking to him, he's now fixed it, as we can prove. So there it is, his Pico tuner, and there's his call sign, etc. in the background. It was an intermittency apparently on 3.3 volt line. So he's managed to fix that with aid, as his eyes are tired, I think, like mine, with one of these little microscopes. So he looked at it, found it, and apparently it's all up and working, which is good. So the BATC boards get out and about, which is good. Well, the other thing that I thought, well, I wasn't doing very much, and then found it was Rob that pointed out to me that there was a new release of a DATV Red, which is 4.93. So I thought, well, I've got to go for it, and had some initial problems, which I think was probably partly me, which Owen helped me with to get it up and running, which it is at the moment, which is what I'm actually using. Screen centre, so there she is. She's up and running with all the bells and whistles. I get a few peculiarities, but I'm not sure at the moment whether it's me or whether it's I think some of the settings that may be memorised in the browser. But if I read this correctly, then this version of is Linux as well as Windows based. So I think it'll run it's a dual sort of mode type one. So I can't check it on Linux at all. Way beyond my ability, shall we say, to understand. I struggle greatly, and a big thank you to Aaron for putting up with me, because he probably thinks, at times, what an idiot. But I ask lots of silly questions and make lots of silly mistakes, and don't give him the right information that he wants. And being such a busy, as they all are, but so it's a thank you to Aaron again, and I'm getting a lot of fun, even though it's confusing me at times. But we do get up and running, and it's almost 100%. There's just a couple of very minor things that I've emailed him, which not emailed, I've contacted him, which at some stage he'll come back and say you're an idiot, or I've corrected them. So I'm not quite sure at the moment, but we'll find out. Right, I think that's enough waffle from me, and it was a long waffle, as I haven't really done a great deal. So let's over to Ed and see what cartoon he's got this time. I'll put a test card, and it's yours, Ed. Good to from G8KOE.
Thanks, Marty. I hope you guys have heard about HARP. All right, great. Hello, Gary, Leon, Martin. Nice to see you guys. Um, Very nice weather up here. Actually, the winter was much more like summer, and now we are in spring, and sounding like winter. I don't know, maybe something to do with the harp. I don't know, but yeah, great to see this cricket board, your receiver there, Leon. Very nice, very nice. But let us know if you're gonna publish the project or is already published somewhere. But it's very interesting, and the transmitter with 1 watt, it's great to maybe to use with some LDMOS amplifier, so it's a perfect output power. I believe it's going to be a great project, and very very interested on that, Leon. Um, Martin, QSL about the All-Star experiment, very nice. And Pico tuner, yeah, I do have a few kits to assemble. I still didn't get all the components, but intend to do at least 2 Pico tuners assembly in the next few weeks, if I can get all the components. I got them from, don't remember, Mauser or DigiKey, but I still don't have it. And speaking about Pico Tuner and DATV Red, Martin, I have a question for you in case you have any hint or trick or whatever regarding this. Let me show you. I have sometimes I have problems with the reception window. I don't know why. When I start DATV Red, I'm running version 4.8. Okay, it doesn't work. I mean, it gets totally flat, and sometimes it works fine, or sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes it is showing flat, no signals at all. But when I start my transmission, it will pop up the received signals. I don't know if it's a problem, a local problem here, or I don't know what can be, or it's configuration issue. I really don't know. I don't know if you have experienced any similar issue with the DATV Red on the reception spectrum. All right, guys. So it's gonna be a short net. Let me see if someone else. No, nobody else has joined it, so I pass back. Oh, my activities, nothing more than having some fun on 6 meters. We got beginning of this this past week. The beginning of this past week, we got a very strong CME, coronal mass ejection from the sun, and on Friday. 6 meters was unbelievably open between South America and North America. There are like hundreds and hundreds of stations from the US, Canada, Mexico, usually Caribbean, but Caribbean always comes very strong here because of transequatorial. But you know, North America, like Canada and the north portions of the United States, was really, really strong. And you know, if you see the spectrum on 6 meters, was like looking like 20 meters or 40 meters. So many people there. I never saw 6 meters like that. It was unbelievable. So that was lots of fun. I made some CW QSOs and also digital QSOs. All right, Gary, thanks a lot for coordinating the net, and pass back to you. Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. as soon as I find.
Oh, there's the phone. Probably Gary phoning. Yeah, it's Gary phoning. Let's just find out. Hello.
Ja, sorry man. Op 'n stadium het ek nie bitrates nie en ek
Wagga.
kon nie die lig kom nie. Sorry, sal jy oorvat en wat maak as jy klaar is?
Okay, okay, Gary.
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks man.
Bye bye. Okay, Gary says that something went wrong with his computer. He's got no bit rates or anything, he says. Anyway. Okay, yeah, Martin, you've got so many things there in your in your place with those little boxes. I don't understand them. Anyway, okay, Ed, yeah, well, I'll probably if the whole thing is a success, then I'll probably publish it in the Radio ZS or something, or the CQ Boland. Or I don't know if there's many people interested in such things, but yeah. Yeah, that's about it from this side. I have to start packing, but I'll stay till the end. Gary's asked me to finish it off once we've gone through again. So Martin, it's over to you. G8KOE for the group from ZS1 Mike.
Right, looks like we've got it. Yeah, I had problems earlier with things didn't seem to, when I was transmitting, then it all went wrong, and I seemed to have power, but I didn't have anything. Oh, I can see we're getting through. That's one thing I have added to the station ever since I struggled the other day. Is that I don't know how good this will come out, but anyway, go to the roving cam. I've got this extra monitor that's attached to my main computer, and I have that one that's running the stream, so I can actually see that things are actually working, which I think is a good idea for me. Because alright, let's go back to there. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Ed, you were asking about DATV Red. Now, I sometimes, when I boot up or start it up, I won't have certain displays, either the Pluto one or whatever, and I do a refresh and they appear. Sometimes, depending on, because I think it saves, I think, the various bits in the actual browser itself. So if the browser's remained, and I use IE, but probably Google would be better. But anyway, that's what I use. But what I cheat with a little bit, once it's up and working, I've set up some memories. So I actually make a memory, and if things have got into a little bit of a state, I can click on the memory, and usually it brings it back to where I were, particularly on the display at the bottom, because sometimes I've played with the span side of things and I've lost my way. And it's or the actual span, which I've got at 1065, I can't think, 6000. It's gone to the other one, and you've got this massive display and things. So my tip would be is once you've got in a state that you're working, is set up a memory. I've got one for actually the worldwide net. I'll be able to see down the bottom here. I've actually got one for the top, but if you've got one, it'll bring you back, and you can sort of move things around from there. So I think that'll be my biggest tip. I'm never 100% certain why things have happened at any one time. So it's very difficult to sort of say when you do this, that doesn't work, because certainly our hen would sort it, but I'm not sure. And the rest of it, it's more good than not, shall we say? It's all good fun. So that's my main tip. I don't think I've got any more to add really, other than I need to go and I think replace the mic lead for starters. And I've got too many things to play with, and the biggest problem I have there, Leon, I think, is that is getting a standard of what the level is, what the level isn't. It was okay. I didn't mean to build a radialist node. I was just going to have one, and anyway. So I'm sort of chasing too many problems instead of just concentrating on one. But all good. Anyway, so I hope that's a vague bit of help there, Ed. Set up a memory. That's my biggest tip. So I'll put a test card and it's yours from GKOE.
Just 1mm, QO-100, PY2RN. We have Phil now on the list that I'll send to Phil just after my transmission. Welcome, Phil 73 to you. All right, Leon. Yeah, well, if you get something together, I mean, if you could, please send me an email. I don't have access to these places where you mentioned. Send me to email or WhatsApp or whatever. But okay, no rush. No rush. Yeah, I understand you're gonna make a lot of testing and stuff. That's fantastic. Yeah, there are a lot of people interested on this type of kits here. Because they are economical and mainly the technical guys. I mean they like it a lot. The little QRP and receivers they like a lot. And if it's easy finding components, that's the best, because that's great. And Martin, thank you very much. I just did it. What you suggested. I never had a preset memory save it, but I just did. I just did, and yeah, I will try to recall this preset if I have issues. I do use a Google browser. I think was the name Chrome. And so I face issues with the Chrome. So I don't know, maybe it's a browser issue or not. But anyways, now it's working perfectly, as you can see. But if I have any issue, I'll try to recall the preset memory. Thanks for that. All right, guys, nice to see you all. And I pass back to. Sorry to hear that. Oh, jeez. Sorry to hear that Gary got issues with the computer, but 73 to him also if he's listening to us. So camera go. Okay, I see Gary's back. All right. So camera goes to Phil, Mike 0 Papa India Tango, and then back to Gary. M0 PIT with you from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November on the DATV Net.
Hi guys, a bit late on parade today. I've been removing silicon sealer from the back door, which is not a very nice job, but that's why I'm late. I've got to keep an eye on everything because I haven't been doing any testing this morning, so this is the first time I've been on the air. So I just got to make sure that my power level is okay. It will drop because the PA is cold, and as it warms up it loses a bit of gain, so I should keep my eye on that. I didn't really manage to get online till I think it was about halfway through, well, I don't know about halfway, but it was towards the end of Martin's over, so I'm not sure what was said before. I understand that Gary's had problems with his PC, but he's now up and running again. As for me, I've been quite busy this week with everything DATV related, everything other than DATV related. I've been down the museum, and I've been working on Alan Turing project. I haven't really had much time to do anything, but I think it was Friday I managed to get some time, and because I've got a new TX PC, I decided that the old TX PC I would get it going to use as my receive PC, because it's higher spec than the one I've got. Anyhow, to cut a long story short, everything was going well, because I'd physically removed everything. It was physically, the box was empty, so I gradually put everything back, testing as I went, and everything looked good. And it was basically finished and up and running. I put the operating system on it and relevant software, and at that point I thought to myself, I run 2 screens and I've only ever tested it with one. So I put a second screen in, which didn't work, but that was due to, if you want, cable and interface issues. Anyhow, I can't remember why, but I turned the PC off. I think I gave it a reboot, because the problem I had with the monitor was right. I rebooted it in case it didn't like me plugging in a monitor. Anyhow, to cut a long story short, PC died. Absolutely dead. Not even a hint of a fan on the CPU as I turned it on. No bleeps, absolutely nothing. No LEDs were lit, absolutely nothing. No fans were moving. And that annoyed me, obviously. I thought I'd damaged the motherboard. Well, I tested the power supply, and every single voltage on the power supply was correct. I then, by putting a jumper across the power supply connector, I forced the power supply to come on and deliver power to the board. Having done that, the CPU fan started up. But that was as far as it went, but that was one stage further. Anyhow, I removed the link and it wouldn't power up again. No fans, absolutely nothing. And I thought to myself, I'd better check that the BIOS battery is okay. So I took the battery, obviously it's turned it off, took the battery out, 3 volts. I thought, well, that's okay. Well, 2.96, I thought, well, that's okay. So I put it back, I thought, let's have another go with this, and I turned it on, the damn thing worked. Anyhow, what it turned out to be is that by plugging this monitor in, which has got the wrong cable on it, it screwed up the BIOS totally screwed it up so that it wouldn't boot up at all. Absolutely nothing. So the moral of the exercise is, if you've got a PC that is absolutely dead, if you can, reset the BIOS before you chuck it away. Because if I had done that at the beginning, if I'd reset the BIOS right at the beginning, everything would have been all right. Why sticking a second monitor with a wrong interface in it causes the BIOS to get screwed up? Who knows? But I did reproduce it a couple of times, and every time that happened. So anyway, so that was what I was doing during the week. Nothing really exciting. No DATV project or anything. And that's, you don't really want to hear about me removing silicon from the door. So I think I'd better hand it back. I understand Gary is back in the land of the living, so I shall hand it over to Gary. So I'm going to find a test card. Here's my test card, and then I should kill Carrier, and then hopefully Gary will take it over. Will take over. Right.
Yeah, panic stations. Let's see, it's panic station. Okay, there we go. Hello, Phil. And once again, hello to Ed and Martin, and of course, Leon. Yeah, man, I did a stupid thing here. It was my own fault. I pressed a button. I wanted to see why Ed wasn't getting the screen on the receive side. And so I went and pressed the RX mode pass and then web FFT, and that scrambled up the thing. So I quickly switched off, closed the program, DATV Red, and brought it back up. That didn't help. So then I rebooted the Pluto, and things came right again. So there we go. Don't touch buttons. But okay, firstly, Leon, that looks really, really good. It's a nice project, and I'm sure many youngsters can build that. Nice photos or nice instructions, they can build that and use that as a project as part of the getting the amateur radio license. As you know, I am the external examiner for the South African Radio League for the licenses. In fact, I just checked the latest one a week or so ago, and there were some corrections. But it's been done now, so all good, not too difficult. And then, of course, I have the practical side, so that'll be an ideal project, that 40-meter transceiver. And imagine the fun. You build something on by yourself, and you get it working, and you have your first QSO on something you built yourself on 40 meters. It's ideal, really ideal. So keep at it, and we can help you with nice drawings or whatever. I've got a few artists that can do some good sketches for you if you want to put a little booklet together. Okay, yeah, not much other news. We've had a similar week to yours, Phil, at the work. Oh my goodness. If a thing can go wrong, it certainly did. Al Murphy really messed us around, including today, because we're working shifts to try and get this new BMW launched, and we're living from hand to mouth. I did order 3 big injection molding machines, the ones about 650 tonner and a 500 ton and a 450 tonner. And so I had to sort out that on Thursday, so that the machines can arrive before the end of November, December, depending on the traffic. They've been built and so on, ready to go, so I had to pay for them, but yeah, there's a lot of money for that. But that'll give me a lot of capacity, and then I can easily handle it. But I don't want to bore you with those things, but those are headaches, I can promise you. Oh my goodness. But anyway, and you're training new staff, and it's a headache. Anyway, I should have retired many years ago. Hey, it will be much easier. And then do peacetime works or consultations, consultancy works. That's so much easier. Just want to say hi to all the guys. Ashley Booth, he said it's small net today because of the RSGB convention and of course the AMSAT UK colloquium. So yes, indeed, I was warned last week that it might be so, and it is obviously that. And then we have Alex on, of course, he always comes up, Sierra Papa 9 Alpha Charlie Quebec. And hello to Joe, 9 Hotel 1 Golf Tango, and Rodo, as well as Brian, G6HFS. So there are the number of guys just watching. And hello to all at the AMSAT, the AMSAT colloquium, AMSAT UK colloquium. I hope you guys are having fun. I know you might be watching this net today. So we wish everybody there good viewing. Anyway, with that, I think we'll just go one more over, then call it a day. Back to you with the latest DATV Red. I'm only on 4.8. And I know Owen tried to contact me during the week, but I just couldn't take calls. And that's probably to tell me the new model is out, or the new, 9.8 you say. So I wonder what's changed, except now for the Linux. Sounds interesting. Okay, Martin, to you, sir. No, it's Leon. Sorry, Leon, you did almost skip the beat there. ZS1, Mike, thanks for taking over such short notice. ZS6 Yankee India. Thanks for taking over such short.
Okay, Gary. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, I thought I muted it. Yeah, there it's muted. Okay, that is, oh, come on. That is the PC board layout, which I printed last night. And then I made the board last night. And I drilled the holes this morning. So that is that. And as I went along, that is the top printout, the component layout. Oh, come on, stop now. There, that's a component layout with all the values written in pencil by hand, because that's the way I work. I love working in pencil, because you can always change something if you find something else. Like that second last capacitor at the top is not 470 microfarads anymore. That's too fat. I put a 220 microfarad in there, which is more than good enough. So yeah, so that's that. And then if I can just find it. Oh, come on. Yeah. There is the schematic, my final schematic, which is on the board now. So it comes in through a little toroid, red mix, small one, tuned. I must still sweep it and see. I mean, it's all guesswork. I know I needed 30 turns to make it resonate, but whether it is exactly 50 ohms, I don't know. I just guessed, thumb suck, 6 turns for the primary for the antenna input. So I'll do that with a network analyzer sometime and just see, maybe I make it less or more. Then it goes into the dual gate FET, the 40673. The only reason why I added that is to have something with variable gain, so that I could have some AGC, because the NE602 on its own is sensitive enough. Anyway, then we go to the NE602. Okay, the output of the FET is also tuned. Same size toroid with also 30 turns. and that goes into the input of the NE602, which is high impedance, the input. And then the local oscillator comes in the top, which is the output from the synthesizer. And then you have audio output going through the volume control to the LM386, driving the speaker. And it is the version which they suggest for AM radios. So it's got a bit of a trap and stuff in there to absorb any high frequency stuff, so you don't get feedback. And then at the bottom you see the transistor with the two diodes. That's the AGC amplifier and rectifier feeding back to gate 2 of the FET. So that's where the AGC comes in. And that's it. And it actually works. So yeah, it'll work on any band, providing that you either make the toroid switchable or whatever, you can build it for any, because the synthesizer is 0 to 30 megs. That's the only thing that tunes it really, apart from the two tune circuits, which basically covers the 40 meter band, or you can make it cover the 20 meter band, or wherever you want to work. So that is it. Okay, gentlemen, I have to run now. I must really get the stuff in the car, and hopefully see you next week. From ZS1 Mike, giving it to Martin, G8KOE, and hello there to you, Phil, as well. G8KOE for the group, from ZS1 Mike, saying 73s.
Yeah, thanks there, Leon. Yeah, your construction is and circuit diagrams, etc. I do like the pencil side of things. It's definitely the way to go. DATV Red, it's all basically the same. There's some differences in the way it boots up, and some buttons are in different places that you enter the information. But all basically a go. It's as I said, I've got a few minor problems, but nothing serious. And as I said, as far as I understand it, it's looking at the wiki page. It's a Linux based as well. So depending on what you select on the startup, I think the clue is in certain things in encoder setup and such like. Was it encoder? No, I don't know. It's no, I'm not going to try and find things. I'll have to do another video, I think. His knowledge is so much more, but no, it's basically a go. And yeah, pushing on buttons, I usually do that at the last minute, and wish I hadn't, but no. Occasionally on this version the cancellation seems to be a bit slow to appear. Why, I don't know, but it does appear. The receive sides work as it did on the other, so on me and MPV, which usually comes up pretty fast, except when you're going to demonstrate it. Oh, it has, it's hidden under there it is. It was underneath, but well, FM play, as it did on the other one, set up to go. Which is all useful. No, it's good. So thanks again to Ohan, and I wasn't ready for it being released. I used to check quite regularly, but I hadn't. But had to download it and give it a go, and we'll follow it through with any minor little alterations that are made. Right. Well, as I say, small net, but hopefully it's been useful to others there. and all you have to fill on his PC. Yes, my days of buying and selling PCs second hand and making a sort of a living out of it. I don't want to do that again. It's not fun, and yeah, it's always something silly like that. But on that note, I think it's time to pass on, and then we can finish the net, and Gary can zoom off to his various moulds, etc. Yes, I think I'd have retired it ages ago, but you obviously enjoy the work, really. I think it sounds interesting. I don't think you could take it retiring and having an easy life. It wouldn't be good for you. Anyway, right, it's round to Ed, and see you all next week from GKOE.
Yeah, thank you, Marty. Yeah, regarding PCs, I used to assemble them since the beginning. I started with 486 DX66. Assembled many of them, but for the past 10 years I used to buy only second-hand PCs from well-known brands. Usually I prefer Dell, which is okay. I mean, there's no headaches with those guys, the Dell, and you find them quite cheap on the market. Mostly from companies that are refreshing their computer inventory. So they put, not the companies, but there is some guy that usually buy everything and resell it. So I just buy from them. Yeah, as you guys can see on my back, I have a new toy here, which is Icon IC 7300. IC7300. Yeah, it's a quite small rig. I decided to swap my SDR, which is Sun, Expert Electronics Sun SDR. A guy got interested and he proposed me the deal. I mean, well, I have an Icon IC300, and if I was interested, and I said, yeah, why not? So that's part of ham radio. It's just experimenting new radios and new toys, and I like it. This little radio. The only thing I don't use it to is to use my fingers to configure the radios. It's quite fat fingers, and I really, when you deal with SDR, it's much easier because you have everything on the screen, and use the mouse, and you don't need to keep using the fingers to program the radio, etc. Although this radio has a software that it can be used through the PC, but I didn't install that yet. Alright guys, thank you very much for the net 7312. I pass back to Phil, and hope to see you all guys next weekend, next Sunday. We're gonna be back on the DATV Net. 73 to Gary, Leon, Martin, Phil. Mike Zero, Papa India Tango from PY2 Radio November. Bye bye all.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, thanks Ed. Yeah, Ed, you got 7300. I did mention this on the net a few weeks ago. My 7300, which has been boxed for quite some time, before COVID started. Turned out that the little battery that is in it died. It only controls the clock, I believe. But I was really concerned about it leaking because it's dead. I didn't want it to leak over the printed circuit board because it's soldered onto the board. So I decided to change it. But what I did, because the tiny little cell, tiny little thing, and it soldered directly onto the board. And if you don't have the equipment, it can be quite difficult to get out, purely because you need quite a bit of heat. And in order to get it out, what I did was to use 2 soldering irons. But on the ground side, because of the amount of copper that you've got to heat up to get it out, I used a very large bit on a Weller soldering iron, and it was a 9 bit, which is the hottest bit that you can get on one of the old Weller soldering irons. And I did that, and I removed it without doing any damage to the printed circuit board. So if you do it, you want to be a bit careful trying to get the battery out. But what I did is to put in a battery holder for, what is it? Is it 2032? They're about so big, button cells. I managed to get a holder for that, not expensive, on a couple of fly leads, and that is stuck onto the main chassis itself, not onto the printed circuit board, but underneath the circuit board and stuck onto the chassis, so it ain't going to move. And it's wired in and it works fine. But they're a tiny little battery and they're soldered, and every single 7300 over a period of time that battery is going to die, and I should imagine a lot of people are going to do a lot of damage to the board trying to get it out. But anyhow, that's a 7300. As for radio, I think it's, for what it costs, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, anyhow, last net I mentioned I was having a problem with multicast coming out of the Winter Hill, and the feedback that I was getting is that everybody else has got it working. Anyhow, I did do a little bit of investigation, and it turns out, and I didn't know this, but it turns out that the default on a Cisco switch is that multicast is disabled, and as the Winter Hill is connected, same as the PC, onto a Cisco switch, that was why multicast wasn't working. I did do a bit of reading. I thought I found the parameter that needed changing, so I went into the switch via the management port, and I managed to find a cable to do it. And I hadn't been in a Cisco switch for God knows how many years, so it was a bit grey remembering how to do it. I did change this parameter, but it didn't work. So there's another parameter somewhere that I think I have to change. But I did connect it up to a little tiny switch that I had, which was non-Cisco, and it did work. So it's definitely the Cisco switch that is stopping it working. But I suppose that's work in progress. So I'll have a look at it sometime. But there we go. I think that's enough of me. So I think I shall hand it back. Oh, but Gary's going to take it and close the net, no doubt. Right, this is M0PIT. I'm going to find a test card. There she is. I said there she is, pressing the button.
Okay, Phil. Just see that it's all working. Okay, Phil. Very good. And yeah, you certainly mentioned something interesting with the bias today. I forgot to comment on that. That's very interesting indeed. Something to ponder about. And yeah, I'm running the one computer to do receive and transmit, but I'm running 2 screens, and then I use a second computer to use the ride to do the YouTube live link or live streaming, and so that works okay, and makes it a bit easier on the computer. But anyway, with that, I'm going to bid everybody a very happy week. I must tell you, this launched today, about an hour ago now, just a bit more than an hour ago, with the Elon Musk SpaceX thing, was something to behold. Yeah, it's fantastic technology, really. It's forward thinking, and it worked flawlessly. So I think the main thing is going to land near Mauritius. So I might have heard incorrectly, and they should have a good view of it because the sun will be shining on it as it comes in. And so, or Madagascar, one of the two. I think it's Madagascar. Strangely enough, I'm sending one of my chaps, one of my engineers, to Madagascar probably this week coming. It's got to go and visit a mine in the northern part. But it's a hell of a job to get there. You fly in and it's about 3 hours drive over very difficult terrain. I want to see if I can't get him a helicopter to make it easier. All right, with that, bid you guys all a very happy day. Hello to Peter Rudolph, the DK3 Zulu Fox as well. He also came on just now, and we had 49 guys viewing and 12 concurrent. Not bad, considering it was a very short net. With that, 7-3 to all. Enjoy the rest of the week. ZS6YI now closing the net and bidding you a very happy week with less Murphy spirits running around the place, for sure.